Hey Chicken Gang, see this. They said 10x. Look, I don't like to do 10x stock. It is not often that we get 10x. Scaling is really hard. And the real 10x are a few, and titles like this kind of video are clickbait as hell. But here we are again. I'm always transparent with you on my positions. So I sold Shake Shack at all-time highs to fund these. I bought 690 shares of IPOE and 690 shares of ACTC. Both are specs. Not all specs are the same. I'll explain later. Why 690 shares? Because obviously duh. Anyway, both makes up less than 1% of my portfolio. Do note that these companies will not have the growth scale and impact of Tesla. Tesla have to remain your main holdings. If you got no extra money, This video is for those who have tons of shitty stocks looking to move it to something better. Why Proterra and SOFIE? Do you remember the two criteria I given you? So by now it should be tattooed in your head. Number one, the proof of concept, and number two, the ability to scale. The problem with most specs is that they do not fulfill these criteria, bringing significantly more risk to investors. Proterra makes electric buses. The chief technical officer is a Tesla battery engineer for 8 years. In 2015, he moved to Proterra. In 4 years, promoted to CTO. In electric vehicles, what is the most important part? Come on, we all should know this by now. Batteries. The most important and most difficult part to scale. So Proterra makes their own batteries with an annual capacity of 675 plus 345 megawatt hour in California. In comparison, Tesla makes 50 times more. I'm very skeptical of batteries, and often companies like QuantumScape don't show you everything like charge cycles. I did a video on QuantumScape solid state batteries. I'll link it up here if you haven't watched it. NIO announced the new solid state 150 kilowatt battery without talking about charge cycles. Hey, come on man. So Proterra batteries, while the energy density is low, charge cycles for the batteries are at 4,000 with 90% depth of discharge. Charge cycles are so important because it can make a difference from a 200,000 mile battery to a 1 million mile battery. Proterra, unlike the rest of these donkeys, is different. Proterra has a distinct first mover advantage. Multi-million real-world miles revenue, production track record, manufacturing capacity, full charging solutions. Since Helion is here, remember my 2 Helion videos I posted on these dates. Go back to check the comments. Look, I don't need to win an argument with you. If you think that you are right, have a happy life, man. I'm sure you can afford these donuts when your investment goes to the ground, but only afford the sugar coating donuts because chocolate coating probably is too expensive for you. Anyway, let's talk evaluations. I don't like to use EBITDA because earnings is not a good measure. It's always revenue growth. Why? If the company can't sell, they suck. The problem with using EBITDA, you could have zero revenue growth, but cutting costs to bring earnings up is possible. For example, the cost of this donut, maybe $2. They could reduce the cost of the donut by using cheap flour, cheap oil, cheap chocolate, smaller donut. Earnings will go up, and it's not fair to use this as a measure. That's why I prefer to use revenue growth over EBITDA. This gets me very excited. 750 million of orders and backlog. The same problem as Tesla. Compound annual growth rate from 2020 to 2025 projected at 68%. If you take revenue and a conservative 4 times price to sales ratio, it is a $10 billion market cap in 5 years, representing a 10x growth. We are done with Proterra. Next is SOFIE. This is no square. I foresee many square comments below. I'll do a quick one. SOFIE is a one-stop shop for all money-related stuff. You borrow, you save, you spend, you invest, and you protect. Most people end up having multiple bank accounts due to many reasons, from low fees, different services, convenience, diversify, etc. SOFIE has 1.7 million customers as of 7 December and on track for 3 million customers in 2021. This company has passed the riskier stage, proving that they can scale. In fact, scaling quite fast. This is an important point. Neobanks are online-only financial institutions that are similar to banks. There are 60 neobanks in the States, and Sophie takes up 90% of new account opening, and it's super mind-blowing. I learned this from Couch Investor, who pointed to Brad, who pointed to Chamath, who pointed out Sophie today is responsible for 90% of new neobank account creation in the United States. Sophie business model has a simple classic business model. You see, customer acquisition is the hardest part in most businesses. Think of a brand new donut shop you see on the streets. You may not eat the donuts for months. During those months, the donut shop has operational costs. However, one day you decided to go and eat the donut and you love it. You will keep going back to buy for more. The first purchase is the hardest. Thereafter, it's pretty easy. Again, customer acquisition cost is the hardest for most businesses. And for Sophie, once you are in their ecosystem, they have the whole suite of financial services, and that's good for consistent revenue generation. Let's talk evaluations, not using EBITDA again. With compound annual growth rate of 43% through 2025 and taking a conservative price to sales ratio of 4 times, it's about a $12 billion company, another 10x company. Wrapping up, do you want to eat chocolate donut or sugar donut? Personally, I actually prefer sugar donut, though I can afford a chocolate donut. The two criteria I've repeated many times. You must follow it. Short term, we do not know where the stock price will go. Shitty companies, stock price will go up in the bull market, but we know that if something is not scalable and not sustainable, cracks will emerge over time. I prefer to sleep soundly at night. Anyway, invest safe, appreciate a thumbs up, and have a good weekend.